10 years. A whole decade passed since Battlefield 3 saw the light of day. I can't believe how time flies. And it feels like yesterday when this game was announced. The days when people were excited and blown away by the Frostbite 2 engine and the insane hype that trailers generated. Hello everyone, Chris back again with you in Gaming Zone with a very special upload. Today we are celebrating 10 years of Battlefield 3. On this day, October 25th, 2011, Battlefield 3 was released by DICE and marked a revolution in this franchise. When Call of Duty fought hard with Battlefield, we received great products. And if you were a fan of both game series, you were in for a treat that year. To this day, this game is regarded highly in the community, and the nostalgia it brings, words can't really describe the way I feel. Honestly, I still can't believe this game is 10 years old. Not long ago I was dreaming about purchasing this amazing product to play with my friends on the Caspian border fields. Not long ago I created a similar video discussing the 6th anniversary. And now, here we are, united again, talking about it reaching a decade. Today I'm having a throwback to the days seen in War of 2014 and remembering the events that happened on the road until today. What's a good way to start talking about the game? Right, how it was announced and promoted. That marketing campaign, and of course, those gameplay materials, were probably the best I ever saw in this franchise. Every time I looked at the gameplay trailers, hype surged to the next level. To this day I still watch them, remembering how good those times were. Back to Karkand, return to the classic maps with a bang. Close quarters, which is straight up intense action until the end. Armored Killed with huge locations, Aftermath with excellent ambience, and of course, Endgame, the all seasons experience. Those trailers screamed quality and gave you great emotions upon watching. I can't really say the same for games following Battlefield 4. To this day, DICE's trailers for Battlefield 3 pass the test of time, and in my opinion, is the best marketing footage ever released for this franchise. This is one of the reasons I remember fondly the times before its release. They even had it marketed in Battlefield 2. That speaks something. Moving on to the testing builds, because those are a part of the journey. I'm going to be honest with you, I still believe the alpha trial of Battlefield 3 is far superior compared to the retail version we received. But I appreciate the end product because it was a fun experience and generated tons of memories. The background footage you should see is from gameplay sessions of alpha trial me and friends have brought back online in 2020. Yes, that is right. People love this game so much that they did the impossible. Personally, I could never play these debug builds because I didn't know about them at the time, and also because of limited access to this project. Same thing can be applied about the beta. I didn't know about it at the time, and I completely missed it. Looking at them in 2021, they look great and modern, even if the gameplay style feels dated. Of course, problems are what you expect out of testing builds. There are many issues plaguing the tests, but at some points, they look better than retail even to this day. Honestly, I was shocked how cool just the alpha for this project is. A 10-year-old kid playing Battlefield 2 was simply blown away by those graphics. Sadly, some cool features have been cut out from Battlefield 3 during early days, such as foxholes, the APC on Metro, this weird repair tool, sound effects, and some cool UI elements. Destruction and some effects have been toned down going from alpha, beta, and release as well, such as these houses right here, and the inside of a Russian spawn. Now onto my stories with Battlefield 3. Man, do I have a lot to talk about really. This is going to be somewhat similar to my original upload posted in 2017. Back in 2011, all I knew about was Battlefield 2 really, because even that game struggled to run on my garbage bin PC. Can you imagine everyone? Back in those days, disk drives were a necessity, and USB drives would cost an arm and a leg. I still remember the process it took to install this game. Me swapping disks in the burner to get the game fully loaded up and running. This is just the tip of the iceberg really. Moldovans honestly are our worldly species, as I survived the trials of pain and suffering with the following settings. 800 by 600, lowest possible graphics settings, all of that on an office monitor that could die any moment. Even with those odds in favor of my outdated PC, I would get at best 25 FPS with intense stutters. That, my friends, is how I finished Battlefield 3 campaign. Anyone witnessing such values would probably throw their PC away instantly today. Because times were dire, this is how I experienced the game. In 2021, I look fondly at those memories. Just a kid, trying to play his favorite title. Fast forward a couple of years, this is where my story changes even more. Because I was still a kid, I couldn't go out of my way to purchase games for PC. Especially when you receive about $1 per week to eat some food during lunch break. This is when I found out about Battlefield 3's log games, an emulator for the online component which was free, to my surprise at the time. Just imagine how I bolted home after school, turning on the PC, and downloading the required assets to play the game online. That was the point where I fully experienced the multiplayer part of Battlefield 3, and let me tell you, that period was one of the best of my life to this day. Coming home, turning on the game with friends, and spending nights fighting in tight corridors of Operation Metro and Nose Hair channels, aka No Shower Canals. Or experience the fall of Caspian Border Tower, Firestorm's intense tank battles, and Damavand Peak's skydiving. But nothing ever could replace the experience I had on the reimagined Battlefield 2 maps. Those left me straight up speechless. Man, do I miss those glorious days. As you might realize, this emulator is not the official license for Battlefield 3. It was piracy. But things will change soon with a giveaway. This story goes way back to 2014, when Origin's design was straight up garbage. Do any one of you still remember the On the House promotion EA did? Well, this is how I got my legal copy of Battlefield 3, and got to experience the real deal. Of course, it's not like the first time when you pop up in the game and play it, but I could finally open up the co-op side of the game to experience the second campaign. Yes everyone, back then co-op was a thing. And let me tell you, it's a shame that we lost this part after the release of Battlefield 4. A particular trash fire attempted to revive such mode, but as you could guess, it was an effortless attempt. Now, in 2021, I own 5 licenses for Battlefield 3, because why shouldn't I support a game I love so much? Honestly, Battlefield 3 became a classic at this point. Yes, the game has its flaws, problems and whatnot, but everyone looks back fondly at this entry, just like I do with Battlefield 2. This game gave us great content, great memories, great creators, some of which sadly fell from grace, and of course, created the Battlefield Friends show. Maps such as Operation Metro, Operation Firestorm, and Caspian Border received iconic status. Lots of people remember them to this day. A great example would be Battlefield 2042, which is releasing in 2021, bringing some fan-favorite locations in the Portal mode. Looking at this title, you can feel some inspiration on the past released games. Probably not a big surprise after the immense flop we saw in 2018. Honestly, I'm glad DICE has listened to this feedback, since the route they took was a bad one. Now it's up to this game to deliver the experience just like the 2011 entry, a fun ride into the sandbox environment that Battlefield has since day one. While on the topic of nods, how can't we talk about Venice Unleashed, the modding framework that brought back life into Battlefield 3. Thanks to this project, the game has a bright future. Fan-made content like Reality Mod and, not my favorite but still great idea, Battle Royale are great examples. This, honestly, is a dream come true. Since the release I wanted to see modifications for the Frostbite engine, because Battlefield 2 has some insane custom content made by the community. And now in 2021, that is a reality. Nighttime conversions, bot supporting multiplayer, custom locations, and many other ideas. If you want to experience War of 2014 like never before, you should definitely check out Venice Unleashed. The vanilla is unplayable for me anymore because of the netcode and Soul Buckets problem. Venice Unleashed offers increased tick rates, up to 128 players, and bots for you to not get destroyed the instant you spawn on locations. It's a shame that this framework was ignored by content creators. Money hunting is more important than promoting something like this. Out of all Frostbite engine games that were released throughout the years, Battlefield 3 remains my favorite game, that is without a doubt. Although its sequel had a great rise from ashes thanks to DICE LA, nothing can replace the memories I made in War of 2014. This game made me sacrifice tons of things just to play the campaign. You haven't experienced true pain until you had to delete 4 disc copies of the game installation for something else. I love this game to such levels. It's a shame that we probably will never have a game like Battlefield 3 ever again. But I'm really glad that I was there to experience it in the first place. Maybe Battlefield 2042 will prove me otherwise, but until that happens, this title will remain my personal favorite out of all Frostbite entries. Happy birthday Battlefield 3! Thank you for the amazing memories and the fun times in Operation Metro, Damavand Peak, Caspian Border. Thank you DICE for such an amazing product that created friendships that last to this day. A modern classic that stood the trial of time and will never be forgotten by the community. This was my love letter to this game, everyone. The only Frostbite Battlefield release I have a weakness for. I would like to hear your stories about this game in the comments below. Really interested to see what you everyone have to say about it. Do you love this game like me, or despise it just like I hate Battlefield V? Is it your first time finding out about it, or you remember the days when it all was just a dream? I'll be there reading your stories and comments. Thank you for watching this video, my friend. Before you go, remember to throw a thumbs up and subscribe. Clicking the bell stuff will send you notifications when something new is uploaded on my channel. Thank you for watching. This was Chris. See you on the battlefield.